Do you want kids? Why or why not? I didn't then came to the realization in my late 30s that I did. Why? Well, all the things I enjoyed in my youth I can relive vicariously through my son. Watching him learn new things and experience things, the good and the bad adds so much to my life. But children hard and bad you have to realize is that experiences are balanced against each other. Would you know how nice the sun felt on your skin on a warm summer's day without first going through a cold dark winter? No parent will be perfect and no child will be either. Perfect is boring, chaos is fun. Kids are chaos. No. Never had the desire, never had the paternal instinct. I don't hate kids, but I dislike them. I have no patience for them. I would not be a good father. I am in therapy, and as with most things a lot of my issues come down to how I was raised. Learning that an offhand comment or action 30 years ago, is still affecting me now. I don't want that responsibility on another human. Financially I can't see myself being in a position to be able to afford them, and perhaps more important, I'm single and at age 38 I feel the window of finding a long-term partner has closed. Not even a little bit. I've never experienced baby fever, I have never looked at a newborn and said "oh so cute, I can't wait to have one of my own" or anything like that. I much prefer my lifestyle as it is, and I don't need to go through the physical, mental, emotional stress of pregnancy and then raise a child for the rest of my life. With the state of the world how it is, I wouldn't want to bring a child into it only to see them struggle and suffer. It's so easy to promise a bright future, but to actually fulfill that promise is incredibly difficult. Not even a little bit. I have never experienced baby fever, I have never looked at a newborn and said "oh so cute, I can't wait to have one of my own" or anything like that. I much prefer my lifestyle as it is, and I don't need to go through the physical, mental, emotional stress of pregnancy and then raise a child for the rest of my life. With the state of the world how it is, I wouldn't want to bring a child into it only to see them struggle and suffer. It's so easy to promise a bright future, but to actually fulfill that promise is incredibly difficult. Nah. I learned my health is worth too much to risk it any further by trying to get pregnant. I also have no real interest in small children. I'm not sure how I'd make it through the first 5 years lol. Also I am not sure what part of my mental and physical health is genetic, but my mental health made significant parts of my childhood and adulthood alike hell despite my lovely parents' best efforts. I can't put someone else through that. They deserve better. It makes me a bit sad, having nearly grown kids seems pretty cool. No, I've watched all my family have kids and they grow up and spend majority of their time working their life away just so they don't starve to death. I haven't really met much people who got to retire young and just enjoy their day. Majority of people just work until they physically can't anymore. So a life dedicated to an employer doesn't seem worth it. Most of them always seem mad and grumpy and spank their kids for small mistakes just because they're overworked and exhausted. I just don't want to continue the same cycle. No, there are a lot of reasons. I don't have the patience to hang with kids for more than a few hours at a time, I don't have the money to take care of them, I don't want to be responsible for their safety and well-being, I don't want to deal with their mess, none of it. I'd be a pretty great uncle, I think, but my sister isn't having kids either. I'm not broken up about it. I enjoy seeing my best friend's kids a couple of times a year when I visit home, and that's more than enough kid interaction for me. No. I had one parent who was mentally deranged and another parent who backed up my mentally deranged parent all the time. It's taken me a good long time to normalize my mental health after being raised by them. At some point during my adulthood I realized that with such terrible influences in my life, I probably should not become a parent. Also, I want to point out that I am using the past tense to refer to my parents. They're not dead, but they're dead to me. No, because I don't want the pain of birth. I also don't want them to experience this world or have so many bad experiences. I am patient, but not enough to have kids. Also they can scream randomly. When I was at work yesterday I heard 3 different children from different parents screaming for whatever reason. One of them screamed for a full 15 minutes. I wanted to slap them so bad. Also I can barely take care of my mental health, why would I take on another? Several reasons I don't particularly want them. 1. I have some health issues with a genetic component that I don't particularly want to pass on. 2. My mother was a waking nightmare, and I refuse to even chance that I pull some of the shit she did with my own children. 3. World has a lot of pain to go through as a direct result of climate change before things start to get better. I don't want to willingly subject others to that experience. I used to want to have kids, and a small part of me still does, maybe with the right girl. But it kind of seems a lot of important things around the world are going downhill. I know there's some bias in there, because technically we are the most advanced we have ever been, longevity, comfort, etc. But I've had a doomsday feeling for the past 2 years and it seems to not go away for now. Feels like a bad idea to bring a kid into that. It's a lot of work parenting. Having kids is easy, parenting is not. It's about someone else, not that you're not important, it's that kids are special and need a lot of attention. I always wanted kids, worked with kids' psyche settings and finally had a daughter at 55. I have time, money and lots of energy, stayed fit. My daughter, now 16, is a fantastic person. I was okay without a kid, and okay with no, I first want a man who I can explore and travel with. I'm a bit on the wild side when it comes to relationships, so I need a masculine man to treat me well. I have so many ideas on my mind regarding art-related projects and some more stuff. Kids are not in the picture because they would not let me work on my own dreams. I'll be 26 soon, and feel financially unstable too. Number 45, married. Many reasons others have listed. So glad now I just see so many women my age walking around like zombies due to fatigue, being taken advantage of by their lazy husbands who have fallen back into stereotypical gender roles even though their wife works full-time. As a nurse, believe me, not all kids look after you in your old age. I have a kid and I love her like I have never loved anything in my life. That being said, if you are on the fence about having children, then wait to do it until you're sure. It will give you gray hair faster than a minnow can swim out of a dipper. If you are fully invested, you can begin to grow resentful, and that is not fair to the kid. No. Not at all. I don't see the appeal, and don't want to pass my mental illness on anyway. I also don't think I'd be able to be the parent I'd want to be. If I was to have kids, I'd want to be as great a parent as my mom was, and, at least right now, I couldn't even come close. A kid, a crotch goblin, would deserve better than I can do. I'm too independent. I like that I can kind of do what I like whenever. I can decide to drive to the coast for the weekend and it's pretty much as easy as getting in the car and going. If I decide to go stargazing at midnight, then get up at midday the next day, I don't have to arrange anything. I just can't see myself giving that up. No, they're expensive, they eat up too much time, they require too much energy, and they can get really annoying. I prefer to have a child like TM, aka a dog. Less money, less time, less energy spent, and even though their barking can get annoying, at least they aren't talking. Plus my dog relieves stress instead of contributing to it. No. I have to live off my parents, I have absolutely shit luck in life. I have physical and mental health issues, including psoriasis that got much worse from an indigenous COVID vaccine. Plus women run away from me because I'm awful. Plus I don't think kids are cute beyond the age of 4 or 5 and are just a financial burden. I would like to watch a tiny little human enter this world and grow, in all the ways he or she will, as my partner and I guide and help them navigate. It would be amazing and incredible. But I will only have kids under certain conditions. And if those conditions never materialize in my life, I'm okay with not having kids. Adopt probably, but like early elementary age. I've already dealt with my niece and she's in her teens, but we get along enough to share a brain cell. Nephew is going through his terrible twos, and my other nephew is still in his cute stage. I usually consider myself to have a lot of patience, but even he tests it. No. I'm autistic and have PTSD, screaming is a big trigger and I can't handle how dependent and messy children are. I'm already struggling because I have a stepdaughter. Not to mention I get insanely jealous when my husband, who never wanted kids either, has to care for a responsibility he doesn't even want. No. I am 38 years old and I've survived a ton of trauma, including torture and human trafficking. And, some of those dynamics have not changed. I was child-free when things were going well for me too. I also believe that it's cruel to want to bring children into this world. Why would I want children? If I ever have kids, I'm adopting teenagers. I can't stand small children. Teenagers are already somewhat independent. And so many teens get left behind because most people want to raise babies and toddlers. But at this time, I'm not actually planning to have kids. Hell yeah, I want kids. We got put on this earth to produce. Also, I'd like a chance to be the dad I never had and to give a kid or 3 a chance to be someone very productive in this world. I always get told that having kids is the best thing that can happen to you as well. Don't think it would be fair to bring kids into a world that's on its last legs. Seems unfair. Weather is terrible now, inflation costs all-time high, so much divide among people. Just seems like they'd be set up to fail even if you had the resources to take care of them. Although I would like kids, women go through a lot during pregnancy, delivery, and even postpartum depression. I just would rather not add extra stress. Maybe I'm just not in the right headspace right now, but I'm comfortable with just caring for myself right now. Absolutely not. I wake up only having to take care of myself, spend my free time doing what I want, can do things uninterrupted, our savings are padded, and I fall asleep thinking of the next fun shit to do. The only thing I love more than my freedom is my husband. Fuck no. Name one reason, a good one, why having children benefits you in any way. Don't use the regular bullshit of, oh, you get to carry on your legacy, or you have someone to take care of you, or you have responsibilities now like you didn't have them before kids. Person shrugging, olive skin. Yes, but the lack of time and money, crap living arrangements, and no expectation of things improving changed our minds for us. We watched our parents struggle to raise us with more resources and support than we currently have available now. Gotta pass. Absolutely not. I am not stable enough to handle kids. And honestly, while I don't consider myself an antinatalist, I do see their point. This world is overpopulated, and hurtling towards destruction. I wouldn't want to place that on a new generation. Preferably not, but I'd be open to it if the right person came along. I'm perfectly fine with being the cool uncle who gets to hang out with his nieces and nephews but doesn't have to deal with all the BS that comes with being a parent. Hell no, why would I make a mini-me who will take 200 of my time and 80 of my income? I like babies, but little kids are sociopaths. I see my oldest cousins having kids that take up every second of their existence and I just couldn't do it.